Welcome, yeah, motherfucker. Welcome to the first ever episode of The Exit. I want to bring it back. Just bring it back quite a bit for you guys on this one. So, when it came down to Mortal Kombat 11, right? For me, I literally haven't been playing fighting games for that long. What was it? Like, when MKX was out, right? It came out in 2015? I literally started playing it super late 2018. Like, very, very late. Literally 4 months before they announced Mortal Kombat 11 at the Video Game Awards. That's how long I've been playing MKX for. Only 4 months, right? So I'll never forget it. I was watching the Video Game Awards. I was like, all right, whatever. Some cool little things. Like, Smash had Persona and stuff. There were some decent titles there. It was whatever. It wasn't that bad of a show. But then, Ed Boon comes out there, looking with his fucking stay-at-home dad with no kids looking ass. Gotta love Boone, right? He goes there, and then the trailer happens. That shit was hype as fuck. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about the 21 Savage song. That shit slaps. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Like, it's just perfect. I was like, oh, this is my calling. I have been chosen by the elder gods. I started playing Mortal Kombat. I was really into MKX, and then we're finally getting a new game. Like, I get a fresh new start. I don't have to play a game that's been out for how many fucking years, and I'm just getting dogged on. Now I get a fresh new start just like everybody else. I was hoping MK11 would be a lot like MKX. That wasn't the case. I'm not tripping. It is what it is. So finally, you have the reveal event, which it just looked weird. MK11 at that time looked weird to me. It really did. Like, they were like, when they're doing the exhibitions and stuff, it just looked weird. But, when the beta came out, I was lucky to get a beta code, and playing it just felt really good. Like, playing it just felt really good. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And the second beta as well, really enjoyed it. So then finally, the day comes where the game comes out. I remember pre-ordering that shit, being one of those fucking losers outside at GameStop at 12 at midnight with my pre-order fucking receipt. Get my ticket, run to my car, pedal to the metal, yeah, forever. We smash into my fucking house, and the rest was history. So I'm gonna break down like what Mortal Kombat 11 players had to go through. So if you're new, bear with me. If you're an OG, let's take a look back. Mortal Kombat 11, right? The variation system was weird. It was only 2 variations, and Combat League was not a thing. It was actually, fun fact, it was not day one thing. They kept delaying it and delaying it. It just seemed really fucking hype. Like, this Combat League shit, it just seemed like a great idea, right, at the time. A lot of people are not, using the ranked variations unless you're playing competitively. A lot of people are using custom variations, myself included, right? But once Combat League came out and you have to use ranked variations, I think that was like kind of a game changer. It's like, oh, we don't, we can't unlock skins with custom, so I guess, it's time to, use ranked and stuff like that. So we only had 2 variations, right? And then we had this notorious patch come out, because a lot of people were saying Aaron Black was broken. He got nerfed. A lot of people were bitching and moaning about Scorpion. They nerfed the shit out of his teleport. Weird, just big changes to the game. Like, big fucking changes. They found some way to make Garrus stronger, which is so fucking funny, right? So just weird changes, right? Shang, they nerfed the shit out of him, yet, in my opinion, he was still top 5. Stuff like that, right? Eventually, we got a third variation. And it was like, okay, this is like, in a way, Mortal Kombat X again. The variation system, I enjoyed. I really did, but it was very, very flawed. Very, very flawed. There were just obvious variations that were just better than others, and there's some like, man, these moves should be default. It was just very flawed, if you ask me. That being said, after the third variations, we got a couple of balance changes, and then came, actually, before I even talk about the joke that was Aftermath. The way characters came out was every, what, 1.5, 2 months. And if you ask me, I think Combat Pack 1 was very disappointing at the time. Shane came out. At first, I didn't care too much about him, but then he actually became one of my favorite characters in the entire game. Shane is one of the funnest characters you can play. He's just a sneaky little shit, and he's really fun to play. I think he's still, after every nerf he's got, I still think he's top 5. He's ridiculously good. I think Shane is really, really good. Then we have Nightwolf, which to me, I feel like, especially now, I feel like there's still things that are unexplored of Nightwolf. I think he's a good time. I think Nightwolf is a good time. I just think he's okay. I feel like he does need some buffs, but that's just me. Then we have Terminator. I don't know why he's in the game. I really don't understand why the fuck he's in the game. To me, he's just whatever now, right? So it is what it is. I'm not the biggest Terminator fan, as you can see, whatever. Then we have Sindel. Sindel, to me, if you're into Sindel, I'm not mad at it. To me, she's whatever. She's just mediocre, if you ask me. I really don't care. Like, people that use Sindel are people that jerk off to pictures of, like, thick girls on DeviantArt. Let's just be real. So that's that. Then we have Joker. Don't know why Joker's in the game, but, you know, I actually enjoy playing Joker. I think he's actually fun. He's, like, a really sneaky little shit. I think Joker's fun. I think he's a fun character. Then we have Spawn, which right now I love Spawn. Spawn is such a fun at the time, I was not a fan of Spawn. I just was very disappointed. Why, I don't know. I was just being a little bitch. But I think Spawn is ridiculously fun. Like, he is really, really fun. Like, he's probably my second favorite DLC character, right under Shang. So there's that. So the first Combat Pack was whatever. It is what it is. It was just, to me, it really didn't do much for me. You know, now I enjoy the characters more. But at the time, it was just like, man, I should have never paid $40 for this shit. That's just my brutal, honest opinion. But do I regret buying it? Maybe a little. I wish I would just bought characters that I care about. But it's like, it's also good to have characters that, even though you're not going to use them, you could still lab them, you know? So I guess that's whatever. Then comes out Aftermath. Let me talk to you about the joke that is Aftermath. I remember waking up, and there's the Mortal Kombat Aftermath trailer. We've been hearing things about Aftermath and this and that. And the actual trailer, and in the thumbnail, is RoboCop. I was confused. I'm like, please let me I want to be dreaming. I see it. It's RoboCop, that four-handed fuck Shiva, and Fujin. And I was like, this is what we're getting. I'm like, all right, relax. Fujin looks tight out of all these characters. Like, whatever, right? And then, there's changes in Aftermath, some balance changes. Some were cool and welcome. But then I feel like NRS really started sucking their own dick like Marilyn Manson. We have armor breaker moves. It's meta changing. It's like they kind of shit the bed on that one. It's very flawed. The armor breakers were very flawed. Are very flawed. That's just my opinion on it. Overall, Aftermath was very disappointing. Like, right now, I am enjoying RoboCop. Right now, I am enjoying Fujin. I really don't give a fuck about that four-handed fuck. But, they are fun characters. Especially right now, Fujin's even better right now with customs. RoboCop, I feel like you're going to see a lot of the same variations with him. I enjoy them both. I think they're fun characters, right? But Aftermath in general is very disappointing. And I definitely regret buying that shit. I definitely regret buying Aftermath. So then, after Aftermath, we get 4 or 5 months of nothing. Nothing. If a balance change did happen, it was like some augment shit that nobody gave a fuck about. It was pretty fucked. It was very, very dark times. A lot of channels started leaving. They just started cutting. They played Fall Guys, and then they're not even a Mortal Kombat channel anymore. Like, non-existent. I wanted to stop playing this fucking game because it was just unenjoyable. What Aftermath did for me, is it basically killed my competitive edge for this game, and I told myself I don't want to compete in this fucking game anymore. Not only that, but COVID hit in the pandemic, and to me, I don't like playing online like that. There's a lot of bullshit that happens online. I much rather play locally, you know. So, you know, for me, what Aftermath did was it just made the game really unenjoyable, and just I don't want to play shit competitively anymore. I don't want to put the fucking grind in hours that I used to just to become a better player. Now I just want to enjoy the game for what it is, and it was very rough. It was very rough to enjoy Mortal Kombat 11 without wanting to like play competitively. It was very rough. You have top players talking about like how it's stale right now, something needs to happen, whatever, right? And then this fucking this like scrub cringe-worthy ass Dear NRS movement on Twitter happened. I'm not much on Twitter, but like, you know, you see people, you know, see some YouTube channels talk about it. Like, I can never pronounce this dude's name, but he's one of the Shujinka Dink. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The Canadian bastard. Love that motherfucker. He did like this news show on it. It was great. Like, God, I love that guy. Dark Dink all fucking day, right? That's when it actually inspired James Peso, by the way. But yeah, you know, it was rough. Then we had that whole DC fandom bullshit. And, you know, for me, what I was going through at that time was like, I'm just trying to find an escape route for this game and not play this bullshit game anymore. It was just really unenjoyable. I didn't want to do this shit. That being said, you know, I still kept I kept putting guides out. I kept trying to find something, you know, and do my thing. And then it was just rough because, like, the only really decent thing to look up in Mortal Kombat were leaks. That was it. I thought that we were just going to get one more pack. I still think we're going to get more shit. But that being said, it was always Rambo, Mileena, and Rain. And I was hoping it won't be true. I was like, I don't want it to be true. I really don't. Time passed by. We finally see the trailer. Mileena comes. First it's Rain, then it's Mileena. And my reaction to it, without having to make a fucking pussy-ass reaction video, was, oh, we are getting these two purple fucks. These two purple fucks is what we're getting. And then my boy Rambo comes out. When Rambo comes out, woo! I was excited. I was excited to play Mortal Kombat again. Like, holy fuck. I was like, okay, Rambo's going to be a good time. Rambo is going to be a good fucking time. And he is, by the way. And I was excited. I was definitely excited. But at that time, I just kind of had enough of Mortal Kombat 11. You know, I made this update video, you know, talking about my frustrations, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then they announced that we're getting custom variations. And then as a person who gets enjoyment from like figuring out how characters work and discovering tech for videos and just coming out with crazy things, you know, that if they work in a real match would just be hype. I just want to have hype matches. That's it. I don't want to be a sweaty fuck. I just want to have hype matches. That's it. You know, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't care about winning anymore. To me, I just don't really give a shit, you know. That's a dream come true because now there's just so much shit to talk about. Like, I could literally make like 7 videos on Fujin right now. I could literally make 100 videos on Scarlet right now because there's just a lot to talk about. There's a lot of creativity now. Instead of having to just do variations. There's that. There's some balance changes that I like pokes. I don't think people realize how important the poke changes are. There's just a lot more than just getting hit advantage. There's a lot of shit you can do now because of pokes. And a lot of them are more negative now. So it's like, you know, it's a good thing. So there's that. Now, what's next for Mortal Kombat 11? I feel like right now we're going to be in the point where people are just start figuring out what's broken. And my predictions for what character is going to be hated on that's not upgraded Jackie, or not Jackie. Even though Jackie right now is ridiculous, I literally get to use my OG Jackie variation, which she throws that plasma blue bullshit on the ground. She has basically her first round KO variation with the cancels. and then she has the fucking Anderson Silva knees. I'm like, fuck, why use any other character glue? This shit is just perfect. You get a projectile, you get to rush motherfuckers down, yeah, Jackie is a fucking problem. So, I honestly think Noob Saibot is probably going to be one of the most holy fuck characters. Even Shang, they did nerf the shit out of Shang. I still think Shang is going to be a fucking huge problem with a lot of shit you can do with him now. There's a lot of creativity with Shang now. Who else we have? Cabal could also be really fucking annoying. I feel like it's just right now people are just trying to figure out what's going to be broken. My prediction is either Cabal or Noob Saibot. I feel like Noob Saibot got a huge buff without people realizing it. The amount of damage you can do with that motherfucker. I still need to lab him, but fuck. I feel like I don't need to. Like, Sub-Zero right now is just unstoppable. Holy shit. You get touched by him, just put the controller down. If Sub-Zero opens you up in the corner, just put the controller down. If you don't have bar, put the controller down. So I think that's what's going to be next for Mortal Kombat. What character are we all going to hate on next? And then I'm pretty sure Combat League is going to be even more broken than it is now. Not broken, but more toxic. I'm sorry, more toxic than it is now. And there's a reason why I don't play that shit. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see, honestly. But it is exciting. If you're really into this shit, if you really enjoy Mortal Kombat and fighting games, it's hard not to be excited. It really is. Even though this patch, to me, was a bit disappointing. A lot of characters just got poke changes. That's really it. This balance change, it's in a really good. It's going in a really good direction. They didn't change much, but what they did change was very important. Like short hops, beating out down ones. It is a bit weird. I still need to really lab that shit out, because sometimes I actually get poked out from doing short hops from certain things. But if your opponent's mashing down one, you block the first down one, do a short hop, that's guaranteed right there. So that's cool. So now it's like, oh, I block your down one, I'll grab you. I block your down one, I'll short hop you. I'll block your down one, I'll step back. So that's cool, right? There's that. The poke changes are pretty huge. And then custom variations, some fatal blows, like you could just punish them easier when you block it. So, it's going in the right direction. I think it's going in the right. I think the next patch that they do, I feel like they need to buff certain characters and then nerf certain shit. And actually, let's talk about some of the shit that got nerfed from this patch. I disagree with it pretty hard. I was very disappointed with Cassie's green bubble of mass destruction of sexual eruption. They changed it. Now when you get hit, the bubble goes away. Back then when you got hit, it did not go away. I disagree with that. I feel like, what's the point of using that shit when you're full screen, you have the green bubble, and you're not on it, and then not only that, but if you set up during between strings, you're super negative. I disagree with that change 100%, but I'm still gonna use it because I think that shit's hilarious. And then the big one is Scorpion's Demon Dash. I think if you really look at it on paper, to give Scorpion a 7-frame dash in neutral is ridiculous. It really is. But I don't think that's what it's for. You have Spear and you have Teleport. I think it's just really good for punishing shit. You could punish 8-frame moves if if you play your cards right. You could really punish shit with it. Not only that, but you could actually gel into certain shit with Scorpion. Let's say I do a teleport, I don't amplify, I hit you, I'm +6, right? Then I do the Demon Dash. If my opponent tries to jump or poke, he's gonna get hit. But if he plays it patient and he blocks my Demon Dash, he punishes me hard. Super hard. He could literally go to the microwave, make a hot pocket, come back and punish my Demon Dash. That's what he could do. But they made it 12 frames. I'm not mad at that, but I feel like, who gives a fuck about Demon Dash now? Who gives a fuck? Like, nobody's gonna fucking want to use that move. There's way better shit out there that you can use now instead of Demon Dash. So I think they kind of butchered it, if you want me to be honest. And this is coming from a guy that loves Scorpion. I love using Scorpion. He's a fun fucking character. Variation of Scorpion I'm using right now is he gets that buff. It actually makes his short hops be, 11%, something like that, which, it's pretty solid. And then his grabs, I believe they now do, 15, 16%. And not only that, I also have the Misery Blade stance, which to me is just so much fucking fun to use. So, that's what I'm using with Scorpion right now. But they did butcher Demon Dash, unfortunately. But hey, he still has his fucking little fireballs, which are pretty fun to use. But that's that. And then you have characters like, I feel like a lot of people thought Scarlet was going to get buffed. I really, really do think Scarlet was going to get buffed. I mean, I'm going to talk to you guys about Scarlet really quick. Right now, Scarlet is in a really weird place. She really is. They did buff one of the biggest things I wanted them to buff, which was her pokes. Her pokes now, to me, are really good. Like, her poke changes right now, like 9 out of 10. For me, they really good. They kind of changed a lot for Scarlet, make her way better. But here's my problem. I honestly felt like they should have buffed Scarlet. They should have gave her back three for launcher, her launcher there in the corner. I feel like, if you do it, I feel like you should be able to combo into something. Like, give her something other than her standing 2-1-2. Like, launch motherfuckers up in the air and do combos. I feel like they should at least done that. Or they at least should have given her a mid. Even keep her fucking gaps, whatever. They should have given her a mid, to be honest. Her forward 4, if they would have made that to 11 frames, it would have been a fucking game. But that's just me, right? And then my biggest problem with Scarlet right now, is I feel like a lot of Scarlet players are like, they use her for the wrong reasons. Let me explain what I mean. I feel like where you're going to see a lot in Combat League is Scarlet Heart Pierce 2.0. Basically, Heart Pierce with a baby buff. You see a lot of parries with Scarlet. Why not? Teleport, because people love teleporting with Scarlet. Me, I'm not a fan of it. Whatever, right? And then you're probably going to either see Retribution, which I feel people are not really taking advantage of that move. Trance, another move I don't think people are going to take advantage of like that. But you're going to see a lot of Boiling Point. Boiling Point, parry, and teleport. I feel like that's what you're going to see a lot. Is that a good variation? I do think it's a good variation. But to me, we're just going to see a lot of that. I feel like a lot of people are going to use Boiling Point, teleport, and parry. It's basically Scarlet Heart Pierce 2.0 all over again. I don't think people are going to take advantage of Red Rain and how good Red Rain is. I don't think people are going to take advantage of Red Mist because they lose tongue. I think Red Mist is a crazy fucking move that I could talk about for hours. There is a lot of creativity, but people that use Scarlet, they just want to win. Let's just be real. People that use her, they just want to like kind of cheese their opponent out and zone and bone with her. That's how like 80%. Like it's rare to find really, really, really good Scarlet players. But it's just one of those things. But I do feel like, hey, there is, a lot of you guys. I be playing your guys as Scarlets. I be seeing y'all do that 4 into short hop. I see y'all. There's a little, there is going to be a new wave of Scarlet players that, rush their opponents down and stuff like that, But no, I'm just joking. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are going to use, basically Heart Pierce 2.0. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that people really, really, get creative with Scarlet. Because I think that's Scarlet's funnest part about her is that you can really get creative with her. And yeah, there's just so much that you can do with Scarlet that, I hope people explore with her. But we'll see. Hopefully the next patch, she does get a buff. I don't want her to be broken or S tier. I am a low tier whore. Like straight, I'm a fucking low tier whore. But, I feel like Scarlet, at least deserved a mid. At least. At this point, I think she deserves a mid, at least. But that's just me. Maybe make her forward 411 frames. That would be smart. But yeah, it's either that or they make her, what is it, back 3 and forward 2, like an actual stagger. Make that shit like -6 or -7 or whatever. Like an actual decent stagger, but whatever, right? That's just me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what will be next for Mortal Kombat 11. And yeah, I don't want to make, this too long. We'll see what we'll do for the next one. That's if you guys even like this shit. If you guys like this shit, let me know in the comments. Like, if I see that people really enjoy this, I'll make more of these. But, if, this is not really y'all thing, y'all just want to see me try something else, just let me know. That's all I ask for. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Y'all know, hallelujah, holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.